In the last episode, it was Revendreads versus Crystons. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend y'all go stop this video right here, right now. Go check out the last video I uploaded today. Definitely worth it. That's all I gotta say about that. But today I got a new replay for y'all today. If you already saw the title, you already know what it is. I am playing Revendread Evil 3. This is what I chose to name the deck, since a lot of the decks I have with Revendreads, I seem to name them Revendread Evil, whatever. Just so I'm not confusing anybody, I'm just going to number them. So yeah, this is Revendread Evil 3, y'all. This time around I'm running Vendread Chimera, which this card does not get any play. I mean, I don't see it at all. But I just, figured why not throw him in there. I mean, if it works out, it works out. And I've actually got to Platinum 3 with this deck. So it's doing well for me, clearly. But if you don't have this, or you, I guess, want to opt for another card, you're more than welcome to go into Vendread Battlelord, which is probably the better card. Just keep that in mind. You can rotate and swap, whatever works for your build or whatever. I'm still running one Revenants only because I have one. I would run two if I had two, honestly, but I only have one. I'm running one Samurai Skull. I'm not running Sonic Bird. One Houndhorde, one Vendread Anima, and one Vendread Core. And the rest of the deck is pretty much the same except with the addition of Vendread Nightmare, which kind of, it's a mediocre card, I guess, because you don't see this in a lot of Vendread decks because of its consistency. But for me, it's kind of been working out for me. And of course, one Cosmic Cyclone. I would run two, but I only have one. And that is the deck. So, to the replay that I have for y'all today. This is Revendreads versus Desperado Barrel Dragon. Now, my opponent is playing Desperado Barrel Dragon, and he's using Yami Merrick. Now, as much as I love Revendreads, there's so many different builds you can run with them, which is really cool. It's all about preference and what works for you, and how you're able to make those plays.
I hope you live up to your reputation. You will plummet into the shadows.
Will I? Let's find out. So my opponent, first turn. Pause real for a second. So you're probably noticing my opponent has 5,000 life points. I have 4,000 because he has his ability, which is increase his starting life points by 1,000. Life point boost alpha. Now what he just activated is Card of the Soul. What it does is look at your deck, and if you do, you can add one monster from your deck to your hand whose sum attack and defense equals your life points. You can only activate this card once per turn. So he basically went into Desperado Barrel Dragon because if you add up 2,800 to 2,200, it equals 5,000. So he's able to draw Desperado Barrel Dragon first turn into his hand, and all he needs to do to summon this is if a faced-up Dark Machine type monsters, that's plural, you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand once per turn during the battle phase. Quick effect. You can toss a coin 3 times, destroy faced-up monsters on the field up to the number of heads. Then if the result was 3 heads, draw 1 card. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 level 7 or lower machine type monster that has a coin tossing effect from your deck to your hand. Now this Desperado Barrel Dragon, it's commonly used. You can see this a lot. It was very strong at one point, but I don't really see a lot of play with this now. But it's still a force to be reckoned with, and it's really good. So don't sleep on that. And then my opponent goes into Neos Fusion by sending Cyber Dark Cannon to the graveyard and Elemental Hero Neos, and he was able to fusion summon Elemental Hero Brave Neos. Since Cyber Dark Cannon's in the graveyard and he normal summons Cyber Dark Edge, he's allowed to equip Cyber Dark Cannon to Cyber Dark Edge. So I play my field spell, and this is my starting hand I gotta deal with right now. So check this out. I summon Revenants because I know he's gonna be special summoning a lot, and I know he has Barrel Dragon in his hand, obviously. And when a Dark Machine type monster is destroyed, he can special summon that Barrel Dragon and then get off all those crazy effects. So what I'm going to do is basically go into Revendread Slayer by ritual summoning him using Revendread Evolution, just so I can get his effect on my next turn, or this turn, when he's destroyed either by my opponent or by the Evolution's effect. So his Brave Neos opts to go for Revenants. Cool thing about Revenants is when he's destroyed by card effect or battle, you can bring him back, but the second time he's destroyed, he's banished. I also have Anima in the graveyard, just in case he does get banished. So even if he does attack with Cyberdark Edge, as you see my Revendread Revenants just came back, I can bring him back. That's the theme about zombies, they just keep coming back. Unless you shoot for the head. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't, you're gonna have a tough time dealing with zombies. And what are they? They're zombies. So, Evolution takes its toll. I'm able to discard Core from my deck to the graveyard to draw Origin to my hand using Slayer's effect. Core's effect, let me pause this real quick. His effect is, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other zombie type monster from your graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. A Vendread monster using this ritual summon gains its effect. Okay, so he gains the effect of when he's used as a ritual summon, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, which is really nice to have. Especially in this current meta, since a lot of the cards are going to be targeting anyway. You want to have monster protection, so that way your monsters can stay on the board longer, and you can have plays to retaliate and make, you know, future plays and whatever. Because Revendread Slayer was ritual summoned, I'm allowed to bring him back with Revendread Anima, which is what you're going to see right now. I banish Anima, target Slayer from my banish pile, special summon him back, go into Revendread Origin, ritual summon Slayer from the graveyard, banish Revendread Revenants, and then send Samurai Skull to the graveyard for the ritual summon to bring Slayer to the field, with the ability to banish special summon monsters. This one right here in the middle. So, because Neos was special summoned, I'm able to banish him using my effect. I also go into Pegasus ability, which is Master of Rites. I basically return Vendread Nightmare to the deck to draw a ritual spell, just in case my opponent somehow gets over and summons Barrel Dragon and destroys my cards. So I'm just prepared for my follow-up play, just to make sure. So I'm able to discard with my field spell, just to have extra protection in the graveyard with 2 Origins, which means if my monster get destroyed up to twice, I can protect them. So right here, I just try to go for the suicide play, but it doesn't work. He has Bacon Saver in his graveyard, which if you remove that from play, you block an attack. But I'm able to banish a zombie type monster just to gain attack points. Just enough to destroy, well, not his Cyberdark Edge, but just the card he was equipped to, because that's Cyberdark Cannon's effect. Prevents, if your monster's going to get destroyed, you can disattach him instead, and then your monster just plays on the field. So he summons BM4 Blast Spider. But I'm able to protect my monster because when this card is on the field, he's able to, I guess, destroy one face-up monster. Because I remove Origin from the graveyard, that allowed me to have Revendread Slayer stay on the field for a little bit longer. And here we go, you know, Desperado Barrel Dragon's now on the field. But because it was a special summon, I was allowed to banish him, which you just saw. So he still has Neos Fusion. He's able to fusion summon almost a hero Brave Neos. And I'm not able to banish him because I can only do it once per turn. So he destroys Slayer, and then his Spider, I guess, destroys Core. But this Revendread Slayer right here is still alive. Now, because it's my turn, I'm able to banish his special summon monster. Activate my field spell by discarding Houndhorde. Now the Houndhorde is in my graveyard, and I drew into a ritual monster. I can discard the ritual monster. Special summon Houndhorde from the graveyard onto my board. And go in for the ritual play. Revendread Evolution. By sending Chimera to the graveyard and banishing Houndhorde, I'm able to bring out Revendread Executor. That's right, y'all. Just let that sink in.
I draw. I set.
Can't get rid of zombies, bro.
I set a card. I set a monster.
You just can't. Revendreads are so dope. It's slept on. A lot of people don't play Revendreads. I do. I enjoy them. Because I use Houndhorde, I'm able to banish his back row. And because Evolution was going to take him to the grave, I banished Origin to prevent that from happening. Now, this is when I activated Vendread Nightmare. When your ritual Vendread monster destroys a monster by battle, that ritual monster gains 1,000 attack.
So, my monster's effect activates.
As you're about to see right now. See, he went to 3,700. Unfortunate for me, my opponent has Arcana Force Temperance in his hand, so he's able to block that attack. But you see the vibes. Come on, y'all.
I draw.
This is Revendread Evil 3, y'all.
I summon a monster.
If you want to copy the deck, go back to the beginning of the video, pause it, you know what I'm saying? Check it out.
Monster's effect activates.
Check me out on my Twitch. I'll be streaming.
Let's battle.
It's also going to be in the description if you're interested. You want to catch me when I live stream. You're more than welcome to join. But because he activated Cannon, which basically counts as a spell trap, then he eventually quits. But because he realizes, wait a minute.
As long as I can read your mind, victory will simply never be in the cards for you.
Pegasus took the words right out of my mouth. Literally, on point. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me in the comment section right now. Tell me what's up. Tell me if y'all enjoyed this. If y'all like the deck, if y'all want to see more Revendread plays in the future, I have another replay for y'all, which I'm going to upload pretty soon. But yeah, this deck is actually doing very well in Platinum so far, so good. If you like it, go ahead and play it, run it. If you want to change some cards up, feel free to do that at your own risk. But I'm just saying, this deck, it's been working for me, and I'm really proud. And I want to thank y'all for taking the time and watching this replay. Stay tuned for my next replays.